On the STT front, sir, you said that the market was expecting a lot, but actually there was some sell-off right after the announcements on the capital gains really came in. What do you have to say on that?
In a way, market was expecting larger changes into the capital gains tax regime because of the fact that there has been a last over almost 10-15 years demand by the experts, including direct tax code, is that all the taxes should become part of, all the types of gains should even become part of income and all. But this time, somewhere the government has taken a baby step on ensuring that the STT or short-term capital gain or long-term capital gain taxes are not increased that much. And that gives you an idea of government's focus on also capital formation, that they want capital formation, and that's where the changes have been minimal.
What do you make of the correction in the market right after these announcements came in?
Somewhere this kind of corrections may happen in the short run when people don't understand the implications of vis-a-vis what were the expectations. And most of the tax regimes, the tax changes are so minor that overall this is not going to affect the needle. It is not going to move the needle in a large way.
So, do you fear that there would be more on the FNO front, especially because given the commentary in the lead up to the budget, should we expect that okay, this is just the beginning and there should be more penalizing for this segment?
I won't call it penalizing. There has been naturally a reaction by the policymakers and also the commentators on overtrading specifically in derivatives market. And what government has done over last several years is that they've increased the STT on derivatives for several years now. But naturally, the other actions will be at the regulator end, and that remains to be seen how that works out.
So one small comment on the macro numbers, on the fiscal deficit, as well as the capital outlays being committed for the 11 trillion being maintained.
The fiscal deficit, people were expecting to be much higher than what has been projected for the financial year 25 and also for financial 26. That's from expectation of 5.1%, it is now estimated at 4.9%, and for the financial year 26, it's estimated at 4.5%, which is basically showing the fiscal consolidation and also government's control on its own expenditure and also raising of taxes. And that's where I think overall Indian government seems to be in better control than most governments across the world in terms of planning for its future expenditure and also its future income, which is usually out of tax collection.
It's a hangover of populism, so much of Bihar, so much of Andhra Pradesh, so much of job creation as well.
Broadly speaking, I would say the government's tendency under Mr. Modi has been not succumb to the populism, but again, every government has to basically have to cater to their scheme of things, and I think the larger issue of job creation is the most important long-term sort of job creation will create wealth for the nation and also, of course, ensure that the India's youth is utilized or used in the productive way. And I think that is the way India has to move forward. And that's where the focus of this budget, I think, is one single area, which is job creation. And naturally, infrastructure allocation has not been reduced. That tells you that the government still wants to go full force onto infrastructure creation, and that probably will continue throughout next 5 years of Mr. Modi's tenure.